ISTP personality tends to be very tolerant and flexible, especially within a classroom. And they're very quiet. They're just going to observe things in the background until a problem appears. And then they're going to jump in and they're going to act very quickly because they want to solve that problem. They tend to make up 5% of our total population, and 8% of our population is men, which means that only 2% are females. They're very interested in learning and figuring out analytically and realistically, how do things work? They want to know how things work and how they can use information.
So their general description is that they're tolerant, flexible, quiet observers until a problem comes. And then they're going to really jump in and find a workable solution. They analyze, they readily get through large amounts of data, so they're data people. They like to isolate the core of problems, and they're interested in cause and effect. They are going to organize any kind of facts very quickly, and they value efficiency. Another thing to remember is that they are adaptable. They are action-oriented risk takers. Let's look at their learning style. So we talked a little bit about that practical application, that they really need logical problem solving situations, right? But they're also interested in learning information that's going to help them to achieve their goals and to teach them on how things work. I like the idea of thinking about How This Is Made, that TV show. This is this kind of learner. They would love a show like that. They learn best through practical application, but they need to be actively involved. They are, however, independent learners. They really like complex challenges, and that is something that makes them a very effective learner, is when they're given a challenge to approach. They like small details, and especially if it has some kind of sequential information to it, they're intrigued by that logic and linear information. They're quick to learn. That's really exciting about this kind of learner, is that not only they're quick to assimilate and learn the information, but they're quick to apply it. And they're going to devote themselves to learning until they absolutely master the content. They consider themselves kind of a mastermind, even though they're very, very critical, highly critical of themselves. They're driven by a desire to learn the skills and to find a way to really use those skills. Remember, practical and realistic, analytical and logical problem solvers. Now, their classroom needs to be an active, hands-on learning environment, even though it's independent. And I know that gets to be difficult to create a classroom that is detailed, independent, active, and hands-on. It's a real challenge for instructors sometimes, but they really need clear guidelines within those confines. Now, small group and partners will work effectively for them, but remember, they really are introverts. They like that independent side. They want to ask questions. They need an opportunity to ask questions. They need to have a lot of different activities to learn something, because that's going to reinforce the validity of the information. And they're very effective and efficient researchers.